You said you sat in court. I just want to pick your brain a bit there, if you can, quickly. What did you think happened with the judge with that decision then?
Well, I think the judge was, I think he did a very good job because in as much as you say, oh, this person is an expert witness, you brought in forensic experts to come and, oh, the elections did not hold because of this, and this person is giving his own informed opinion about the state of things. But when you're not able to verify or to prove beyond all reasonable doubt to the chairman of the panel, then I think it's his decision to say that, oh, you were not able to prove to me. So in as much as they say you are the most brilliant forensic expert in the world, in as much as within the letter of the law you cannot prove to me that this is what happened, then I can't take your word for it. So I think that's what the judge did with these elections. Interesting.
Well, we're going to be watching, of course, those two states closely. Hopefully after Kogi State and Bayelsa State hold their elections, which hopefully will go well. Those are also, Kogi in particular is going to be a tough one for both parties. I mean, the PDP is in charge now. The APC has a bit of a fighting chance, I think. Bayelsa, of course, is a wholly PDP state. We don't know how that's going to turn out. A lot of surprises have happened this year. But let's move on now to the Senate and the much-awaited Amechi screening, the screening of the former governor of Rivers State. Some people called it an anticlimax eventually, people had waited for this particular moment. I mean, I bought fuel, put on my generator, it was going to be the moment of the year. And I don't know, how did it go for you?
Well, just like you said, it was an anticlimax. You saw the clip from the National Assembly. Every corridor or every offices in the complex were deserted. All the TVs were on, and everybody stayed glued to the screen.
And he dressed for the occasion.
Yes, wanting to see. Even he himself, he was dressed and prepared. Like, yes, I want to fight. I want to come in my Calabari, outfit, and just to come and show everybody that, well, I'm ready for the worst. Anything that wants to happen, let's see it, especially from the PDP angle. But don't forget the APC and perhaps a whole lot of pressure on Saraki. There's this little trust deficit on Saraki concerning this issue, the influence of the PDP senators on him, the fact that he might want to pay back, using Amechi's issue, screening. This is one thing that the PDP never wanted to happen, So everybody was watching Saraki closely. So the PDP, after everything, claimed that they were betrayed by the leadership of the Senate. Calling in Amechi, that before then they had a pre-sitting meeting, and agreed that Amechi was not going to be called upon. But they said they were surprised. And you see, a whole lot of analysis has gone into this on the submission of the minority leader, Godswill Akpabio. When he came up and said PDP were not going, more people were like, what's happening with these guys? Why don't you
talk about that moment there? It was very awkward for a lot of us watching, to see the opposition party who, using the word lightly, loathe Governor Amechi. I mean, they would want to tear him apart, and suddenly they stood up and said, "We have no questions." A lot of people still don't understand what that was about.
I was surprised, but then again, I wasn't also surprised because I don't know. I think I've come to understand the Nigerian brand of democracy and politics so much that a lot of things you can actually sort of understand how it will go in future. Do you understand? I suspected that the PDP were going to give Amechi a soft landing, but I did not expect them to say, oh, we don't have any questions to ask him. And then after I finished the screening, I saw that he went and shook hands with Akpabio. That was quite surprising for me. Do you understand? And I think that's what got a lot of people angry, that how can you just let this guy just walk away like that? But in a way, I think there must have been some meetings between both parties, and probably there have been decisions that, okay, fine, give us a soft landing here, we'll give you a soft landing here. So like you said before, there's the issue of Bukola Saraki having the support of the PDP senators, and that's cast like a huge shadow about his own candidacy within the party and within the Senate. So I just felt like, oh, these guys would have traded horses overnight, and then in the morning we'll see how it will go. But I did not expect it to be that easy. I felt like at least they would give us a bit of a show, but everybody just started asking funny questions.
But he hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yes.
He's just been screened. There's still the confirmation that's going to happen with the voice votes and all of that. Yes. We did see a controversial moment with Lai Mohammed, where some people still believe the nays were louder than the A's. We are not sure. I mean, we don't have a decibel reader, so we're sure which was louder. But do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be clear?
Well, I think the climax of everything that has to do with this screening and confirmation has taken place, and it will be a tall order.
Well, we've had precedents in the past where some ministerial nominees were not confirmed. So
well, with Saraki and, like I said earlier, that trust deficit that is hanging on his neck, and the fact that he wants to prove himself as a party man, I don't think the PDP will have that chance, to want to block Amaechi's chances. They said they've threatened that they were going to call for a divide. Everybody should answer his father's name, just like they said. But it depends on Saraki now. Yeah. If they want to put it to vote, APC will still carry the day on whether they should go on, they should put it to divide. But I'm very sure if Saraki knows that Amaechi is going to have a lot of enemy, he's going to read it, and I think there's going to be a confirmation by voice vote. Before this screening, after the screening anyway, there were a lot of pedestrian interpretations of what took place, what transpired. But the submission from the PDP is that there was a meeting before that and was not supposed to come. So they felt betrayed. So now they've been coming up with all sort of ambush and all that.
If you have to be ready. I mean, they pulled the first one on the APC with the Senate presidency, so they should know that moments like this
could come up.
I'm not holding forth for anybody. But I mean, that excuse sort of doesn't really hold water. But before we go now very quickly now with the Senate President Saraki and his growing popularity, if I may use that word, in the Senate. He was at the tribunal and he had over 80 senators there with him, standing in solidarity with him. So, I mean, for Nigerians now, we know that impeaching him is out of the question because with 80 senators behind him, he's firmly in his position now. What's looking forward to Saraki now? What do you see?
I think Saraki is a popular guy in the Senate, and I think even publicly, although I know Kwara State indigents will have contrary opinions about it, but the fact that, like you said, 80 people left their jobs to follow him to a tribunal means that they're solidly behind him. I think within the APC itself, it's quite interesting that the senators are going against the party and the people behind the party and saying, we want to stand behind Bukola Saraki. So it shows that I like it in the sense that it means that the legislature is a bit independent. It means that contrary to people who would believe that, since the Senate and the executive arm is in the hands of one party, that there will just be free flow between. But I like the fact that there's a buffer in the person of Bukola Saraki right now saying that, I'm a member of the APC, but we need to carry everybody along. I don't know if that is his own motive, but I'm saying that at least from the surface, it shows that we're not just going to be force-fed policies and rulings and all that just because somebody feels like that's what all the party members should vote. And I think it's important. I think it's important for this new democracy. And personally, I don't see Bukola Saraki getting out of that seat at all. I think eventually all the issues he's having with the public, I think it will go away. And if it doesn't go away, it will be interesting to see in the coming days.
Looking forward to the next 3.5 years. I don't know how much more we have with this government, but it's definitely going to be interesting. We have a cabinet, or sort of. We'll almost have a cabinet.
Interesting people.
Yeah, and the legislature, of course, is starting to sit finally. Looking forward to, of course, the rest of the years. Thanks for coming here today.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back with more. Please stay with us.